Ready to make fashion fireworks? Right now at Old Navy, get up to 60% off the entire store during Old Navy's Red, White, and New sale. Save big with items for $2, $4, $6, and $8, including women's tanks for just $2. And up to 60% off summer essentials like flip-flops, tank tops, swimwear, and shorts. Get more bang for your buck with up to 60% off your favorite all-American styles right now at Old Navy and OldNavy.com. Select styles only. Entire store offer valid 6/28 to 7/5. Excludes clearance, gift cards, register lane items, jewelry, today-only deals, two-day only deals.
Blog Talk Radio.
Hi, this is Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter, and welcome to No BS Hiring Advice Radio. I'd like to spend about 15 minutes with you once a week. It's usually Wednesdays at noon, but I'm going to be away tomorrow with my family for 5 days of R&R. So I thought I would sneak in 15 minutes with you here and spend a little time talking with you about hiring, because I don't believe it has to be as hard, difficult, painful, or take as long as it does for so many of you. It's just there are systems and processes in place and attitudes that often interfere with being effective with your hiring. And that's why I do this show. It's why I publish No BS Hiring Advice e-zine every other week. It's why I create video for YouTube. My channel there is the Big Game Hunter TV. I normally simulcast this, but didn't have time to put this together, so excuse me for just doing this as an audio. Now, this show is brought to you by two sponsors. The first one is Audible. And if you go to audibletrial.com/thebiggamehunter and sign up for a free trial of Audible, you'll be able to download a free audiobook as part of that trial. And I know you like audio. You listen to this podcast and perhaps Job Search Radio and No BS Hiring Advice Radio. You're one of the many people who listen to my stuff. In addition, my other sponsor is consultingassignments.com. Consultingassignments.com is a site where you can find and fill consulting assignments, full-time consulting positions, temp to perm, and contract to hire opportunities anywhere in the world completely free. Posting a job or resume is free. Searching jobs and resumes is also free, as is the ability to contact one another. The only thing the site will charge for, I should say, is if you want to feature a job or a resume, it is $10 for 30 days. And if you're going to feature more than one position, that price is going to come down as well. So again, that site is consultingassignments.com. Now, the trigger to this show comes from a couple of exchanges I had with a client of mine who knows that I'm involved with creating content for HR professionals, hiring managers, small business owners, and was looking for some advice about how to do a better job of sourcing. Now, at the end of the day, you may think, why the heck is he giving away the keys to the store as to how to source people on the web or how to source people in a variety of other ways? Well, frankly, I don't really worry about it, because most people, most HR people, most corporations have systems that make it impossible for them to source as well as I do, or even as well as the average recruiter does. Now, let's look at some of the problems that you have that interfere with you doing the sourcing. Number one is you don't use your existing data well enough to reach back to people and develop the relationships with them. So let me go an extra step here. As a recruiter, my job is to develop relationships with people all over the course of time, and of course to fill jobs. If I don't fill it with one person, I'll fill it with the next person, but I'm going to try and maintain a relationship with people over the course of time where they know me and they trust me and they like me. It's really that simple. Now, how do I do it? Well, you can see that I create a ton of content for job hunters to help them, to educate them, and thus to put my name out there and have a reputation as being knowledgeable and at the same time not what they fear a recruiter is. How much time do you guys have to do that? Seriously, how much time do you have? Is zero the right answer? How often do you have a chance to just call up someone out of the blue and say, hi, how are you? No, I don't have a job available. Just thought I'd see how you were. Zero time, right? Because you booked solid. Now, I'm booked very solid as well, but because of the incentives I have in the way of compensation, I work pretty much 7 days a week, 24/7. I'm going on vacation tomorrow, as I mentioned earlier, 5 days away. My phone and laptop travel with me. There are going to be times where I'm going to be checking in to follow up on things. For most of you, that isn't what you do, and I understand that and respect that. But the result winds up being you miss stuff, and you're not there when people want to just say, hi, how are you? So I want to simply say it starts off with relationship building, because as much as you may think recruiters are transactional, the good ones aren't. The good ones, and I've been doing search for more than 40 years now, 40 friggin' years, are there trying to fill jobs, of course, but they're trying to develop relationships with people who will come back and want to hire from them and will remember their name in reaching out. So I'll give you an example. This happened today, so it's fresh in my mind. A client asked me to fill a position. I sent an email to people in my database looking for referrals. Someone responds back and says, the big game hunter? My goodness, I haven't spoken to you in so long. How are you? Yeah, I happen to be available, and was just thrilled to send me a resume. Now, I hadn't spoken to him in a while, but my branding was strong enough that he recognized my name and recognized the big game hunter. That's great. And that's one of the advantages that I have in search is I've got a strong brand name. For many of you, you're working for one firm, then you go to work for another firm 2, maybe 3 years later if you're lucky, and then you have to start fresh living off the brand of your corporation. In my case, I am the brand. The big game hunter is the brand, and thus I've spent a lot of time developing that branding. How about you? What kind of brand do you have? And is it really linked to the corporate name, or is it linked to you personally? Answer that honestly for yourself. For most of you, it's linked to the corporation, and if you work for a good firm, you've got a strong brand to help you. If not, you don't, and you're not filling as many jobs. How can you brand yourself? Seriously, how can you brand yourself as an expert so that people will wind up wanting to follow you and trust you? In addition, here's point number 3. In reaching out to people, I'm not trying to fill a job instantly. I'm often just calling up and saying, hi, how are you? Or dropping them a casual email a couple of times a year just to check in on them and see what's up with them. Now, that takes some time. I've got a database with 275, 280,000 people in it. I think it's actually 283 as I think about it. And for many of you, you can be doing much the same thing. That's pretty easy. The simplest place to start your job searches is with your applicant tracking system and doing direct mail from it whenever a position opens up. But then you have the fallout from them because everyone needs to be responded to, because otherwise your firm can be impacted from a business standpoint by having no response. So, for example, if your company is called 12345, and if there's a company by that name, I apologize. It has nothing to do with any real firm. So your company is called 12345. You do a direct mail piece from your database and send out emails to 350 people, just for the sake of argument. And of the 350 people, 325 don't respond because it doesn't really fit them well enough. 25 do, and 2 might vaguely fit the role. What you've done is affect your relationship with those 23 that you haven't responded to, perhaps turned off those others that didn't respond to you at all because they say, why did he or she send this to me? Why is that firm looking at me for a job that doesn't fit my background? Even if call all of them. You're working with outdated information, and you're turning off your company's brand in their mind. And you don't want to do that. I don't care. And that's the reality to it. I don't care. Now, I want to be clear. In the work that I do, I don't do rusing. I don't pretend that I work for a company and then try to collect names. That's not the kind of sourcing that I do. But I'll call up people that I'll know and say, hi, I'm doing a search for a client, and then outline a position and say, would you know someone? No, why are you calling me? Well, like I said, I'm trying to see if you might know someone. And speak with them with the knowledge and intelligence that comes with having 40 years of experience. Actually, more than 40 years. Most of you are far more junior. You know your one job. You can play by the playbook, stay on script, and that's okay. But you don't really have the time or the inclination to do a lot of the things that I'm prepared to do in order to find talent for my clients. And often that willingness to go the extra mile is the major difference between me and many of you. For you, it's a job. It's one that you do as drudgery. Even if when you like it, it often feels like drudgery for many of you. Doesn't feel that way for me. It's been a career for me and one that's treated me very well. I've coached so many people into roles and helped them find work. I realized that that's an area of my career that I'd like to tack on. So I've started to do job search coaching and career coaching for people. By the way, if you want career coaching, reach out to me at my email address, jeffoltman@thebiggamehunter.us, or find out more about it at my website. I don't do it for free. It's good work that I do, but that's a side conversation. What it ultimately comes down to is you don't source as well as I do because you don't do half the things that I do and don't have time to do half the things that I do in order to find talent for clients. That's why it's important for your organization to bite the bullet and be prepared to pay fees. Because if you want to find the best person who's on Monster or whatever job board that you use, Indeed, for example, if you want to find the best person who's going to respond to your ad, wherever that is, by all means, you should post those ads. But if you want to find the best person who might be open to the opportunity, that's why a recruiter is most effective for you. Yes, many of us use job boards to fill positions, but it's one of a number of tools that we'll use. If you want to find out about some of those tools and tactics, visit my website, which is thebiggamehunter.us. Go exploring. I have content in a couple of places right now because I'm moving it into the blog area. So for now, go to the tab that says No BS Hiring Advice. Look at the list of articles and videos that are there. See what makes sense for you. Also, visit my blog, which is attached to the site, blog.thebiggamehunter.us if you want to go there directly. And search by topic in the category areas. Also look for No BS Hiring Advice there too. What you'll find is information that will help you, but ultimately you have to actually do it. It's not enough to watch videos. It's not enough to read about doing it. You just got to go out and do it. By the way, have you noticed that the economy has picked up? Because it has. And more of you have more openings than you know how to contend with. I'd love to help you. Reach out to me. Call me at 646-374-8656. I'd be very happy to speak with you, although I'm on vacation for a couple of days. Leave a message for me. I'll call you while I'm away. We'll set up a time to speak in more detail, and I'd love to be able to help you. Also want to mention, by the way, if you prefer, send an email to me at jeffoltman@thebiggamehunter.us. Let's figure out a time to speak with one another. And if we're not already connected on LinkedIn, send a connection request at linkedin.com/IN/TheBigGameHunter. I accept connection requests from people worldwide, except if you're a third-party recruiter or look like a scammer or spammer. if you have an idea for a show for me for No BS hiring advice, send me an email. Again, that address is jeffaltman@thebiggamehunter.us. Give me an idea for a show. Oh, last point. We're in iTunes. Give us a good review in iTunes. It helps other people discover the show and helps it become more popular. This is Jeff Altman. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back next week and hope you have a great day. Take care.
Ready to make fashion fireworks? Right now at Old Navy, get up to 60% off the entire store during Old Navy's Red, White, and New sale. Save big with items for $2, $4, $6, and $8, including women's tanks for just $2. And up to 60% off summer essentials like flip-flops, tank tops, swimwear, and shorts. Get more bang for your buck with up to 60% off your favorite all-American styles right now at Old Navy and OldNavy.com. Select styles only. Entire store offer valid 6/28 to 7/5. Excludes clearance, gift cards, register lane items, jewelry, today-only deals, two-day-only deals. Ready to make fashion fireworks? Right now at Old Navy, get up to 60% off the entire store during Old Navy's Red, White, and New sale. Save big with items for $2, $4, $6, and $8, including women's tanks for just $2. And up to 60% off summer essentials like flip-flops, tank tops, swimwear, and shorts. Get more bang for your buck with up to 60% off your favorite all-American styles right now at Old Navy and OldNavy.com. Select styles only. Entire store offer valid 6/28 to 7/5. Excludes clearance, gift cards, register lane items, jewelry, today-only deals, two-day-only deals.